booting up my dad's account right now.
Hey yo guys, what is up boys? It's your boy JpBeastYT back at it again with another fresh YouTube video, and in today's tutorial I'm going to teach you how to make this spiral slash vortex effect. So without any further ado, let's get straight into it. Okay, so first I'm going to drag in my clip, and I'm going to drag in my effect, the spiral effect as well. I'll have it linked in the description below. So I actually have a ton of these spiral effects. There's like a ton of different colors, but for this one I'm probably going to use red. So I imported all of them right here. What the heck? I'm going to use the red one right here, and I'm going to use this clip right here. Okay, so now that I got my clip in here and my music, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to where right before I pull out my gun. So like I'll do it right here. And then I'm gonna go right before I shoot him, so like right about here. Clip it there as well, and I'm gonna go until the letters come up, so right about there. And then I'm gonna go just a little bit for a little bit of slow-mo. And I'm gonna detach audio in all of these. I'm gonna make this 0.5. I'm gonna make this 2. I'm gonna make this 0.5. And now that our basic velocity is done, this is just... So this is our clip just with our basic velocity. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to drag in my overlay. I want to see how long it is. I'm going to change to screen composition, like so. Okay, and that looks pretty good. I'm going to make it a little faster. I'm gonna make it 1.75. Actually I think I'll keep it at 1.5, and I'm gonna clip it right before like where it starts on the actual clip, like so. So now I got these two. I'm gonna copy these, paste them over here so it doesn't mess up my clip, and drag it right up top. And now you're gonna want to look for a color that so first of all you're gonna go into chroma key. Then you're gonna hit this eye drop button, and you're gonna look for a color that like shows around in your clip a lot. So I'm gonna do this blue. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And I'm just gonna click on this thing, this clip, and do the same blue that I did for the other one, like so. And now I'm gonna add a willow effect on them, like this. And now you got this blue going. And I know what you're saying, like it looks like blue. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna find a hue shift. You're gonna want to put it right up top, and you're gonna want to find the color that looks most like, that gives you that red background. So that gives you orange. You just want to kind of mess with it. I looked at this clip, and this clip isn't giving me it's giving me a light orange. So I'm just going to use the purple one. So I'm going to drag in my purple shockwave instead of the other one. Okay, and now this is the effect that we got so far. That looks pretty good. It doesn't look too bad. Alright, now basically what I'm going to add in is a narrow effect. So I'm going to go into here and narrow. And since Filmora doesn't really have keyframing for the actual effects, excuse me, for actual effects, you're gonna have to clip it over and over again until you get what you like. So I'm gonna go first of all I'm gonna zoom in, and I think I'm gonna start the narrow, like, let me take a look. Alright, that looks pretty good, and the beat drops like right there. Okay, that's perfect. I'm gonna clip it about right here. And this is where I want the narrow to start, so I'm going to clip it every 2 or 3 frames. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to clip it there. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and for the last one, I'm going to keep it that big. Also, you definitely don't want your spiral to get narrowed as well. I mean, unless you like that. Actually, now that I'm looking at it, it does look pretty sick. So I'm going to keep the narrow under the over the spiral. And you're gonna go to percentage. You're gonna count your increments. You can go like increments of 5, but you basically want to end up with 40, I think. Just how much you want. So like you look over here, and 40 looks pretty zoomed in. It looks pretty good. And so I'm gonna count So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I can go in increments of 3 and I'll get to 45. Okay, so now that I got that done, this is what it's looking like. And that looks pretty good, the pinch and punch effect. Okay, so now what I'm gonna add is a little bit of a shake. And you could also put like a nice little overlay. Shout out to Jack, he gave me this sick sound effect. It's like a little pump sound effect. Bomb, oh my god, it sounds amazing. I asked him for it and he actually gave it to me. So you just wanna line it up until the clip hits, so like right about there. So it sounds like this. And that sounds so good, oh my god, I love that sound effect. And now we can add a little bit of shake. So this effect isn't really that complicated. We can add a little bit of shake, and if you want it to like fade in, you can add a little fade in. So right about here, transitions, dissolve right there. This dissolve is gonna look a little weird on the top, but you can definitely add it into the bottom. It'll look like this. So it doesn't really like mess up your clip that hard. Okay, that looks nice. I'm gonna have to render it. It's looking a little glitchy. But now I'm gonna add in up and down for my shake. Up and down 2 to be exact. And I'm gonna put it in about that much. Double click it. Get rid of RGB separate. Turn this to 35. Oh, 0.35. And turn this to 0. And now I'm also gonna add a little bit of mild. So right here where the beat drops, double click that, RGB separate off, frequency up, turn the positions up just a little. Now this is what we got. Okay, and that looks good now. We can also add a little bit of pink glow. So to do that, first of all, I'm gonna add in my gradient one. My beat drops right there. Okay, that's perfect. And I'm gonna add in my white. And now I'm gonna double click it, and first of all, I'm gonna trim it to how long I want. So I think I want it to be about that long. So I'm gonna control click both of them and drag them in. You can do one by one if you don't know how to control click. Go to compositing. For this one, I'm gonna change it to overlay. And for this one, I'm gonna change it to color dodge. And now I'm gonna double click this. I'm gonna change this opacity down to 50, and you can change this opacity down, but I like to keep it a little high to like about 75-ish. And I'm gonna go to my transitions, put dissolves on the ending side. I'm gonna drag it up. You can do it all the way, but I like the way it looks, so I'm gonna look how this looks. That looks perfect, amazing. And also what you can do is you can add a black like fade out, which I think would look amazing. So I'm gonna go into black. I'm just gonna drag it up top. I'm gonna do it right before my overlay comes in. I'm gonna go on animation. I'm gonna change this to default keyframe. I'm gonna change this to opacity to 0. Go all the way to the end of it, and then change this to 75 would look good. And I'm gonna drag this a little this way. And that looks pretty nice. And also, if you want this spiral effect to look a little bit like brighter, what you can do is you can drag all of these up a little bit, up one, and you can copy this one right here. And since it's a screen composition, I'll actually make it brighter. So, and you can do this like 2 or 3 times more if you want to. And boom. Okay, that's basically this effect. So if you guys like the video, drop a like. If you guys want to see more tutorials just like this one, make sure to leave a comment down below. And that's it for me. I'll catch you in another video. Peace.